ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Sheshet Yamim Asa Adonai, Asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz u'hayom hashevi Shabbat, Shabbat v'yinafash Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam. Beini uvein bnei Yisrael, oti leolam.
tefillah is the Amidah. In the course of the week, these 19 prayers are requests of God. On Shabbat, we take a rest from requests. We let God rest too. But we reflect upon our hopes and our dreams. And in this special Amidah that we offer tonight, we give you themes to reflect on and ask you to go deep inside yourselves, to think about, for example, when we say the word ancestors, think about those in your family who have gone before you, a generation or two or three, that helped shape your life and what you owe to them. When you see a slide that says gratitude, think about what you are grateful for in your life. And a slide that says hope, let it lift you beyond malaise to a different place in your life of hopefulness and love. That the things that are shadows will be reflected and disappear in the light. That the cracks will be soothed because of that hopeful healing in your life. We rise for the tefillah. In an envelope marked personal, God addressed me a letter. In an envelope marked personal, I have given an answer. There is an enormous untouched potential inside every one of us. It is hope. And hope's incredible power enables us to survive. Hope contains spectacular power, a power that seems as though it captured bits of the bursting energy of creation. Psychologists at major universities are now discovering that hope is potent and that it plays a significant role in a wide variety of human endeavors. In school, on the job, in the family. Hope can make us better prepared for our own promotions. It can make us better able to manage daily stresses and setbacks. It can help us ride out severe personal crises and cope with critical illnesses. It can even enable us to enhance the way we handle our own aging and to be more satisfied with life. But there is a difficult task we must first tackle, and it takes purposeful and mindful thinking. We must materialize hope and give it shape. We must take a sensation and make it into a structure. We need to analyze what hope is capable of doing, extract it from the entanglement of cobweb daydreams, and raise it up from romantic wishing wells, and then distill it for our own purpose and use it to help ourselves and all mankind.
You can be seated. This beautiful prayer reminds me to be present in every moment. I think the most important thing we can offer this world is to live honestly and have our actions be guided by love and kindness. I believe that by carrying this intention in our hearts, we will be led down a path towards peace, which we have been craving for so long. Adonai tzori v'goali, Adonai tzori, Adonai tzori v'goali. Go inside your heart, just be. Go inside your heart and see what it wants, what it needs, what it yearns when you breathe. Go inside your heart and see. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be kind, be true. May they be acceptable to you, oh my rock, and my Redeemer. Mm-hmm.
Mishaberach, a moment of reflection that gives us space to think of those in our circle of family and friends who are in need of our prayers for healing. It's a pause and a moment when we think of those who are caregivers who give of themselves every day for their loved ones, that they might know hope and healing through the love of another human being, to know that they are not alone. To those who struggle with addictions or anguish of the soul, healing and hope and hopefulness is what we long for. So take a moment to think of your loved ones, and just as you sit now, just say the names of those that you would like, as many names as you would like. Say their names, think of them. And as we keep them close to our hearts, we read this responsive reading of healing and of hope. We pray for those who are now ill. We pray for those who are affected by anger, anguish, and pain.
Heal them.
Grant courage to those whose bodies, holy proof of your creative goodness, are beset by illness and the pain of illness.
Encourage them.
Grant wisdom to those who probe the deepest complexities of your work as they labor in the search of truth and wholeness of body and spirit.
Inspire them.
Grant clarity of vision and strength of purpose to the leaders of our community. May they be moved to act with vision, justice, and compassion.
Guide them.
Grant insight to us so we may understand that whatever comes, we must accept it, but that in the face of adversity and toil, we must cherish the gift of life by leading lives worthy of your blessing.
Bless us and heal us all.
As we think of so many that we love, we rise and join arm in arm, Mishaberach, set to the melody of Imagine.
Imagine there's a heaven. It's easy if you try. Beauty all around us. Surround us, Adonai. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no cancer. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to plague or harm us, and no addictions too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a prayer, but I'm not the only one. Sheberach Avoteinu Hakadosh Baruch Hu Refuah Shlema Min Hashamayim Refuat HaNefesh Refuat HaGuf Hashtaba Uvizman Karev Venomar Amen. You may say I'm a prayer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us. And the world will live as one.
Please be seated for a moment. For the past year, we've taken an opportunity to celebrate love and anniversaries once a month at our Shabbat service. And so we are in the month of October, the change of seasons, certainly a time of love. I'm not sure, is there anyone here who is celebrating a wedding anniversary who would like to come up for an anniversary blessing? I don't think so. I don't know if we have any takers. Okay. I guess not. Well, if you're just being bashful, there's always November. All right. So no anniversary blessing this week, but it'll reappear next week. I mean, it'll appear next month. Cantor, I know you wanted to share a special sermon and song.
Sometimes life moves so quickly, we find ourselves in a changed life and look back and don't know how we got there. We don't recognize the person we've become. We find ourselves constantly trying, but not getting where we want to go. We find ourselves trying to keep up with the people around us. We find ourselves lonely. We find ourselves broken. It's not simple to say. Most days I don't recognize me with these shoes and this apron. That place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention's sweet center. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up. not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through the back door and carves out a person and makes you believe it's all true. And now I've got you, and you're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two. For the girl that I knew who'd be reckless just enough, who'd get hurt, but who learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by a man who can't love. And then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life that's inside, growing stronger each day till he finally reminds her to fight just a little, to bring back the fire in her eyes that's been gone but used to be mine. Used to be mine. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine. But we are not alone. We are strong. We will persevere. It's true. We are not who we used to be. We have the potential to be even better. The new normal is perfectly imperfect. We have an obligation to find beauty in the person we are. Embrace it and celebrate it. Hold fast and harness those qualities that make you authentically, wonderfully you. Remember yesterday as part of the journey. Live in the moment, slow it down, and take it in, and look forward to the possibilities the future can bring.
We rise for the adoration.
You repeat after me. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto God who spread out the heavens and established the earth, and whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. Adonai is our God, there is none else. V'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech
Regular encounters with death have taught me to look into people's eyes and to hear their words with both urgency and patience. There is such holiness waiting in all people. We need only to listen to their voices. Birth has taught me that everything we do reverberates in the souls of others. No act is neutral. We have deep power within to heal ourselves and those around us. The human capacity to alter the cosmos can be used, must be used for good. I've learned that flaws are holy, that the deepest forms of joy and comfort come after accepting personal vulnerability. And once we learn to see and cherish our own imperfections, we can learn to more honestly accept and love others. Deep breathing is good, crying is good, laughing is good. Holding each other, exquisite. Granting each other space, healthy. I've learned that God's loneliness birthed us and is a source of deep love. I've learned that we are never, ever truly alone. We say Kaddish for Arnie Espen, Miriam Bluestein, Daniel Miller, Ruth Poster, Murray Weinstein, Gerald Marks, Donna Higo, Philip Stein, and Jerry Friedman. With the love of memory, we recall the yahrzeits of Arno Alter, Barry Bard, Philip Burns, Roland Bricker, Irving Corbin, Denise d'Arclin, Goldie Figlars, Charles Gogel, Joseph Goldshine, Jerome Gollard, Mildred Gordon, Murray Gordon, Martha Harris, Robert Hurwitz, Barnett Katz, Ruth Cranston, Donald Lane, Doris Lee. I ask if there are those out there who also would like to say the name of someone special who was not mentioned. Please stand and say the name. Thank you. So many have touched our lives, informed our values. We rise to recite Kaddish. Yid Kadal v'Yid Kadash Shemei Rabbah B'Alma Divrach Yerutei V'Yamlich Malchutei V'Chayechon V'Yomechon V'Chayedechol Be'Yisrael Magalav Izman Kariv V'Imru Amen Yeshlam Rabba Mibrach V'Elam Omei Almaya Yitbarach V'Yishtabach V'Yitbar V'Yitramam V'Yitnasei V'Yitadar V'Yitaleh V'Yitalal Shmeid Kusha Brichu Leila Min Kol Berchata V'Shirata Tush Bechata V'Nechemata Damiram V'Yalma V'Yamaru Amen Yehishlam Rava Min Shmai Hayim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael Osei Shalom B'Mramav Uyasei Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yamaru Amen. Please be seated. I'd like to call upon our temple president, Jackie Rosen, for a word of Shabbos greeting. I need to go through this. I do.
He's much taller than me. First of all, I'm going to be very quiet because I don't want to spoil the mood and the feeling that everybody has. So I want to thank the rabbi, the cantor, for beautiful service, Sam on the sound, David on the piano, Lynette, Debbie, Roberta, Beth, the entire office staff, everybody who worked so very hard to put this beautiful evening together. And I'm especially thankful for the tin foil so we didn't burn the place down with all these candles. It's a beautiful, beautiful evening. Tonight I know that we do have Jewel and our next gen here, and I think, Roberta, do they have something on the patio? You tell them. So if you're part of next gen and Jewel, then you go for your own special oneg on the patio. Where does everybody else go, Roberta? Just in the social hall. So I'll just give you a few other things to think about. That this Sunday, King David is sponsoring the Kol Isha concert that benefits the Susan G. Komen Foundation. Cantor Hutchings, I know Maxine Malinsky, and cantors and singers from all around Las Vegas will be performing, and it will all go for Susan G. Komen. Tickets are $20, and it's at, 3 p.m.? Is that right? 3 p.m. Also on Sunday, we have a very busy day, so we're going to have an interfaith forum, and it is a funny thing happened on the way to the synagogue or on the way to religion. It's humor in religion, so led here at 7 o'clock. And the last thing I want to say is Mitzvah Day is October 18th, and so you've all done a mitzvah here by sharing your space and your healing and your words and feeling together tonight, and then you can do mitzvahs for the entire community by coming out on that day and helping us package up food and goods and donations and spread the love that you feel and what you've learned this year out to the rest of the community. So thank you, and Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Jackie. Special thank you to David Rubenstein, beautiful piano. Thank you, David. A special thank you to Jeff Lebeau and his family, to Melody and Emma for joining the cantor in that beautiful opening song for the candle lighting. And Debbie Luce, thank you. What did we give you, an official title? Stage manager. All right. Bima manager. And Beth Bowman for producing our wonderful virtual tefillah, and the rest of our dedicated staff for your continuous hard work. So after the closing song, you know that there'll be an oneg over there, and there'll be an oneg over there, but we have a little, we have a kiddush and motzi here, but before that, I'd like to call up a member of our congregation and a good friend, Jeff Lebeau, who, as I mentioned, graced us at the beginning with a special song, but he's also doing a very important mitzvah for our community on Mitzvah Day, and I don't think that's by chance. I think that's b'sheret. And so, Jeff, would you share that with the community, please?
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Cantor. When you saw my daughter up on the bima earlier, and when Emma was born, she was born with a neurological disorder called neurofibromatosis, and it's one of those things that has no cure. There are no treatments. So when faced with the diagnosis, we had two choices. One is to do nothing, and one is to do something. And in the spirit of Mitzvah Day, I'll tell you that we decided to do something. And we founded a concert called the NF Hope Concert in 2011 to help not only Emma, but the 140,000 living with NF in this country. And on October 18th, the same day as Mitzvah Day, we have our 5th annual NF Hope Concert. It is an afternoon of entertainment, education, and most of all, a mitzvah to help those people living with neurofibromatosis, not only here in Las Vegas and in Nevada, but across the country. So we invite you to do mitzvah on that day, regardless of where it is and what you're doing. If you can come help us, that would be wonderful. It is at 1 p.m. at the Venetian in the Sands showroom. There are tickets available, and they start at $40, and 100% of the proceeds go to help those people living with NF, both the Search for the Cure and here with a local organization that helps those families that are dealing with the struggles of it. I think it's perfect that the rabbi spent so much time speaking of hope and what it means. To us, hope means that you don't give up, that no matter what you're faced with, you always do something to make it better. That's what Mitzvah Day is about, and that's what the NF Hope Concert is about. And one way or another, I hope we see you. And thank you very much for giving me a chance to talk about it.
Thank you. We're proud of you. Thank you. We've got so many members doing wonderful things. It's a great, great cause. I was there last year, and it was terrific. Well worth it for so many reasons. So before we make our way to the Oneg and our final song, we have a Kiddush and Motzi. So we'd like to invite those of you from Israel to come on up. And those of you from Jewel to come on up. And those of you from Next Gen, come up. And those of you from Religious School, come on up. All right? I think you're going to have to come right down the center. Here we go. Shh. Don't ruin the serene moment here, guys. Here we go. Right up the center. Here we go. Get some good juice. So if we wonder where all the young Jews have gone, they're all at Ner Tamid tonight. And we're very, very happy to greet them.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu v'shabbat kodsho v'ahava uvratzon inchilanu zikaro l'maaseh bereshit ki hu yom tefillah lemikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim ki vanu lecharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim ve'shabbat kodeshecha ve'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam motzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Oseh shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oseh shalom bimroma, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom. Yaseh Shalom Bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Oseh Shalom Bimroma, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.